Alright, hello, welcome back to this van conversion. Today we're going to be figuring out how to clad our back doors here. Alrighty, here are our back doors. As you can see, there's barely a straight line to work with. So last time you saw them, they weren't fully framed. We just had this part up and then we ran out of screws. We did eventually finish them. So that is what's happening here. However, there's a minor complication. Well, not really, we have a solution, but let's come out. Alright, as you can see, it is not seamless. There's lots of kinks, there's lots of holes. It's like staggering here. That was interesting. Yeah, and it carries on in the same fashion all around. And this one, although it's relatively straight, it's still going to be visible, and these construction lines are not particularly attractive. Yes, we can live with them, but we thought, hey, is there an easy way to hide them? And turns out there is. Alrighty then, so we're going to be cladding the walls in 3mm poplar ply, and I'm going to tell you more about it later in the video. But to start with, to cover these edges, we need a flexible material, and luckily we have quite a lot of this. And I realize you cannot see it because it's black and my background's dark. This is what I'm talking about. Now, this is four-way stretch fabric. It is the fabric that's usually used in vehicles, you know, kind of that, you know, stuck on carpet that you have on car interiors. But we thought that a neat way to do it is, so you get a piece of fabric that is bigger than this, but you get a piece of fabric and then you line it with the edge you want, and then you just shape it around the ply, and that way whatever misdemeanors happened while you were framing are nicely hidden away. Of the next exercise is to not get glue on here. So we're going to be covering the back door frame, so this metal part here, with more fabric, because that part is incredibly difficult to clad with anything rigid, as one might expect. So literally what we do is we put adhesive on both surfaces and we stick. By the way, this can be cleaned with alcohol, the excess glue. So don't freak out. It's okay. So we're just trying to create access for these cables through here before we've stuck it all completely. Right, so that's the start of it. That then can tuck in there.
So our plan was to have the van wires tuck between the black fabric and the framing on the side of the wall. That way, if we ever need to access it, there's a nice channel. So
we're trying the trick with the rubber to cover the fabric instead of cutting it. Is it working?
It is. The trick is to not get it to do that.
Yes, crazy old man with a stick.
I'm chasing a spider. Oh, it's in the corner. So with that top bit de-spiderfied, we've removed these door latches from the top so we can stretch the fabric straight over.
fabric is finally on, stuck. The cables are safely out, not entirely arranged, but you know, not in the way and not trapped forever. So now that all the frames have been finished off and covered, the last thing that we need to do is just put on the ply sheet that goes on top of the framing. Of course, there's nothing just about it. We're gonna have to cut out the ply, prime it and paint it and then screw it on. However, to cut out the ply we need to know what shape to cut it, and as demonstrated right here behind me, there is barely a straight line to go with. A lot of vans actually come with ply already installed on the walls and the doors. So our van had ply all over the walls, but on the back doors it didn't have a full ply sheet. What it had was like random pieces here covering the cavities, tracing the inner outlines, but not the whole thing. So we don't have the perimeter outline of this, so we need to get it. So what we're going to use for that is this thing. Now, you might be wondering, what in the world are you using? Why is it all golden, and why? Just why? Okay, I understand we wouldn't ordinarily use this thing. I don't even know what it is. It's some sort of flooring insulation. We have it because it was bought by mistake and given to us, and we don't have anything to use it for. We need some sort of thinnish sheet to roll down and trace it and then cut it out. And we have this, so we're going with this. If we were into disco, this should be good. Reflectix on the wall, reflectix on the back. Luckily, we're not into disco. Right, so we're going to be cutting these templates along this line that we just drew, because we need to create some access panels. Right here where the handle is, there's lots of cables and such, and the other side I think there's cables as well. If we need to access the wires behind here, we don't have to take down the whole wall. So, snip snip. Not so much.
No, they're in. They just need priming.
Let go.
No. They just need priming and painting and screwing in. Fine. You want me to let go? I'll let go. Are they falling? No, they're not. They're in. End of video. Lunch.
No. Now open the doors.
See? The door opens.
Open it fully.
Ta-da! you want me to open the other one just to prove my point? There you go. See? Then, oh. It is still in. Help! Help! The bottom one stayed in.
We don't like these boards to be white. It doesn't make sense. We've just made the whole frame here black, and as you saw them earlier, they definitely stick out. So naturally from there, we should logically make this wall, these panels, black. If we make the wall black, we can make it a chalkboard. And that's all it. I've got it right here. So we've got some chalkboard paint right here, and we're going to be making a gigantic chalkboard here. Our whole back door is going to be a chalkboard, which I am way too excited about that. I'm not this excited. I'm like to the roof excited. Okay, I'm gonna have a chalkboard. Too weird? Okay, too weird. Cinematic paint can opening shots. Not our forte today. Please.
Okay.
Jeez. That was a struggle that we've never had before.
I think that lid's pretty much bust now.
Expectations. I mean, I started doing this task without really knowing how it was going to turn out. I mean, we weren't planning to do the chalkboard to begin with, so it was definitely a work in progress. And it looks like, I don't know, punched leather or a thin sheet of metal that's been punched onto our van. I don't know whether I like it, but I don't dislike it. I don't know how I feel about it.
I think it's one of those things where I don't know whether I would purposefully choose to make it, because we're doing this because of the weight. We want to reduce the weight as much as possible. Yeah,
I should explain. We're using 3mm poplar ply, the lightest ply we could find, only because of the weight.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for the weight, I will never make a wall out of 3mm ply. It's fine, okay?
Yeah, it's not going to break.
It's fine.
I can lean on it. I'll put all my weight on it, I can hit it, and it's not going to crack or fall over.
So the fabric is great. Definitely recommend doing the fabric. I love the chalkboard. It's perfect. It will be used a lot. I mean, this is easy to replace. We're not putting any furniture on here. Yeah. We could use maybe aluminium composite, or we can use acrylic or something. However, the weight of this is around 1 kilogram per meter squared. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah. Kilogram per meter squared. So if we ever replace this with something that is less wavy, it will have to match that weight.
Yeah, regular 6mm ply is about 4 times the weight per square meter of this stuff.
We're leaving it for now. This is done. If we get any good suggestions, we may do an update. But for now, it's fine.
Hold on. We're forgetting something.
We are. that's all for today. Subscribe for next time. Who knows what we're gonna be doing? Yeah. So van conversion stuff, chalkboard. It's gonna be chalkboard now every video, you know that. So let's get to it. Let's go. I think that worked. You pass the motion. You get it.